What's going on, guys? So today on this Shoky Quickie, we're going to be taking a look at the final two of the Horses of the Apocalypse. And these are, well, at least the final two other versions of Maddie. So this is Lil Maddie. We looked at the other two last time. Go look at that review. Hopefully I'll pop it up in Thingy. If not, it should be pretty easy to find. The cool little octopus horses. Now, I did order these from the same Amazon seller, which I think is directly related to the company. But for the most part, this is the green one. I forget if it has a particular thing associated to it or just green. And then the glow-in-the-dark one. Now, I don't tend to do glow-in-the-dark stuff, like, ever. But in this case, I made an exception because, well, these things are just getting rarer. This one actually feels like it's been opened before because it kind of moves around a little bit. But the packaging is exactly the same for all these little Maddies. So all the same read up and stuff back here. If you want to read it, I'll pause it here for a second, or rather, you can pause it for a second. And then once again, you get all the other little Apocalypse ponies. I really want them to make them again. I really should talk to them and be like, hey, look, I really want these. Can you please make them again? Or at least make them somehow available, and then I can get them painted. So, got the nice little eye windows there. Come on the bottom, you get your warnings. And you got that there, little UPCs for where they came from. So, let's go ahead and get them out. Alright, so first up, we'll take a look at what I call the sour apple. This is what it looks like. So, you know, it's like green, but then has like this tinge of like orange kind of going on. And in a way, especially now that it's like lit up, so to speak here, I think that it has some kind of... I don't know, there's something about it. It almost reminds me, like, there are, like, baby squids, like, when they first come out of their little egg sacs or whatever you want to call it. You know, they're kind of translucent and stuff. Trying to be super careful and trying to break the neck loose. And I still think that this one was actually opened prior. Just by the way it worked. Yeah, it's just a ball joint. Okay, just making sure they don't break anything. The wings are loose, that's good. Tail, I'm still kind of iffy on whether the tail is supposed to move, but it looks cool. It's actually like super Jolly Rancher colored. You got yellow spots back here, or suction cups. That's pretty cool. And then the little breathing holes there are actually pink with yellow around the edges. That's pretty cool. And the eyes actually a little darker red. That's pretty cool. I know I just said that like 3 times in a row. That's pretty cool. I really want this head to break free. Oop, I see movement. I see movement. There we go. That's what we want, Maddie. Look at you. Look at that one. I like it. I like this one. It's a pretty cool color. I'm not usually a fan of green stuff, but I dig it. That's pretty nice. And just... I've grown very attached to these little things. They're so dumb, but they're so cool at the same time. And somebody in the comments said, man, that thing looks scary. It's not scary. It's cute and terrifying. Cute and threatening. Is that what it is? Cute and threatening? But that looks pretty neat. But we need to look at the other one, which is the slightly more unique one. Actually, it's fairly well more unique. Let's just be honest here. Hey, its neck is actually loose. And, whoa, yeah, I forgot that actually. That smells like glow-in-the-dark resin for sure. This has a very similar smell to some of the Batman statues that have a lot of translucent. Yeah, I mean, it's very ghostly. Okay, I take it back. There's one other one that I could get, and it is the perfectly clear version. I find that one to be kind of silly. I don't need that. But I'll definitely take the glow-in-the-dark one over that. There's no other paint except for the eyes, which I feel like is a little bit of a letdown. Like, they could have done something. I do like the blue of the eye there. Just weird. It is kind of ghostly, as it were. But then, like I said, we're bringing these two together. Look pretty neat. But I gotta do a thing. It is a glow-in-the-dark thing. So, turn that off. Okay, so it's not perfectly dark in here, but I've got off my, you know, overhead lights, so there's only just a little bit of ambient light from outside. Sorry. But you can see just from the minor exposure to my overhead lights here, or just my review set lights, it's already ridiculous. Now, hold on. I have a nice black light here, thanks to Heather over at the Gasselcast, and we are going to charge it up. Oh yeah, that's bright. And if you saw my Instagram post, you could see how bright it is. I mean, it is really dark in here, and that is like producing some light. I like the glow in the dark. You get the reflection down here. That's pretty cool. Wonder if I can get it a little bit brighter. Hold on. Yeah, that's like. Hold on. Let's see here. Oof, that stinks. So I mean, like that's maximum exposure there. So this is just autofocus. It does work really well. I mean, like there it is next to. Oh, you can't even see. That's kind of cool that you can't see it, but if you put them there, oh yeah, and get that glow in the darkiness. That's pretty cool. I like it. Let's see here. Yeah, so in the bright lights of the review set, you definitely can't see that it's glowing. I'm gonna have to find a way to get a picture of it glowing alongside this one. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna do that. Probably some pretty trick exposure. So let's bring in the previous two. So we have the original flavor and then spicy. And look at those. That's just cool. I really wish I could get the Rift of the Apocalypse ponies. I do like them. Call me Apocalypse Brony if you want. It's just so cool. Little Cthulhu ponies. I love them. If you want to, I will link in the description down below to Big Shot Toy Works. You can go see what you can still get. You might be able to get these two for sure. I don't know if these are still available. The clear one is still available as well, even in the larger size, if you're down for that. So I do wish I could still get an original full painted one. I think that'd be badass. Or I just need to learn to airbrush, and then I can just get my own and paint it, right? Right. But until then, guys, give me a big old thumbs up if you like these crazy things. I knew I was going to do that as soon as I did it. And of course, I hit the subscribers button. We need to grow. We hit 220. That's pretty awesome. We have surpassed Rodimus 13, which is even more awesome. We need to stay ahead, though. And I don't mention it much, but if you want to help support the channels, go check out the Patreon. Those guys usually get to see stuff early, or they get to see stuff behind the scenes. Sometimes they get to see stuff before everybody else. But or things that nobody else ever sees. That happens too. But I'll catch you guys on the next review. And remember, as always, keep on nerding.